Universal Studios Japan is the most popular theme park in Japan. This is the third highest attended theme park in the world. To be that popular, the park needs standout attractions, and this park is one of the deepest ride lineups of any Universal theme park. The park has 6 different roller coasters, including 2 major ones from Bolliger Mabillard. Then they also have some incredible dark rides, some sweet shows, and a few flat rides. In this video, I will rank the park's top 15 rides and attractions. Usually, I like to give honorable mentions to defunct attractions I have experienced in these countdowns, but that is trickier with this park given the sheer quantity of quality rides that have closed through the years. This is further complicated by the fact I've experienced some of these clones at other Universal parks, but not the Osaka park, so I will instead just focus on the existing attractions. Having said that, there are 3 current rides I was able to experience at Universal Studios Japan, but I've written exact clones elsewhere, so I deem it fair to rank them. Number 15. Shrek 4D. I experienced this attraction in Florida before it was removed, and it was a funny experience. It had some good humor in line with the early Shrek films. Then this was paired with crisp animation, some well-timed 3D effects, and seats that effectively bounce and bob. Number 14. Illumination's Villain Con Minion Blast. This opened just after my visit to Universal Studios Japan, but I tried the version in Florida. It's a unique shooting attraction where you stand on a moving conveyor belt and fire at giant screens. The screens are clear, there are plenty of targets, and the power-ups are a unique touch. However, it does get chaotic with everyone firing at the same screens, and there were bits when the screen would get laggy. Number 13. Despicable Me Minion Mayhem. This is the best version of this motion simulator. Whereas the others feel more like a movie theater with shaking seats, this reuses the old Back to the Future ride system, so you're in a much more dynamic motion simulator in a giant Omnidome. This makes it more immersive and exciting. The ride is still childish and over the top though. Number 12. Yoshi's Adventure. This is a cute Omnimover through Super Nintendo World. It provides neat views of the park's most colorful and visually captivating land. Then you also pass some animatronics, including a series of Yoshis. Considering Yoshi is my favorite Nintendo character, I had a big smile on my face. There is an interactive element where you're supposed to seek out multicolored eggs and press a button, but I instead prefer just to admire the sights. Number 11. Space Fantasy The VR Overlay. This is the park's indoor mock coaster. Every year, the ride is given a virtual reality overlay of some kind. These headsets have the best quality VR I've seen on a coaster, and it is well synchronized with the movements. However, to do this, the spin in the cars is disabled. If you remove your headset, some of the visuals are still in place though, including a trippy strobe room. But it is weird without the audio, especially since the pacing suffers in the lift hills. The ride still has a few zippy drops though. Number 10. Waterworld. This is an exciting stunt show that is far superior to the film it is based on. It is a high-octane show with jet skis, fighting, and explosions. The villain has a lot of charisma. Then I love the finale with a giant plane shooting over the stage, which is then followed by everything bursting into flames. Number 9. Minecart Madness. This Donkey Kong themed coaster was closed for me due to technical issues, but I rode its clone in Florida. This is a special boom coaster, which means the car is suspended above a fake track. This allows it to simulate track jumps. Combined with the theming and animatronics, the visuals are special. The overall thrill level is limited, but there are 2 snappy drops, and the side-to-side shifts really catch you off guard. Just note, this ride is rather jerky anytime it turns though. Number 8. Space Fantasy The Spinning Version. This mock spinning coaster is much better in its original form. The visuals are far superior when everything is active, and paired with the audio effects. It is a much more cohesive experience. Then the spin makes the effects, particularly the strobe room, even more disorienting. And it also makes the ride noticeably wilder. The 3 main drops are nice, and the pullouts have solid positive Gs. Number 7. Jaws. I am so glad that One Universal Park has kept this ride operating. This is a narrated boat ride. The guides are ultra energetic and really into their roles. This is paired with some grand sets. The shark animatronics, while dated, are still impressive between their size and position in the water. Then this is paired with a series of practical effects ranging from moving props and tons of fire effects. Number 6. Mario Kart Koopa's Challenge. This is a creative dark ride based on a popular video game franchise. While this is slower than I expect for a ride themed to Mario Kart, it is very fun and addictive. It essentially is a shooting dark ride. You have some good physical sets, but all the action takes place in augmented reality goggles. The technology works well. It just has a steep learning curve. You have to hit certain targets and avoid others, and you have limited ammo, so you need to be very strategic. Number 5. Jurassic Park The Ride. This is a dinosaur-themed flume ride. The outdoor section is peaceful and grand as you pass some large friendly dinosaurs. Then you head inside the raptor containment zone for the climax. You have some menacing carnivores, including a giant T-Rex who comes overhead. Then you have a final plunge that is tall, steep, and gut-wrenching. You don't get too wet though, which is a positive or negative depending on the person. Number 4. Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. This is a thrilling dark ride. You ride in a Kuga robot arm that abruptly flings you around. This is a fun motion anyway, so it becomes extra special and paired with the visuals. There are several large set pieces like the Whomping Willow. Then, you also see familiar faces from the films on a series of screens. Number 3. Hollywood Dream. This is a B&M Mega Coaster. It is the shortest ride of its kind, but it has some lovely sustained floater airtime in the ends of the train. I especially like this ride in the back row. With the 9-car trains, you get some nice yank down the drops. But that is not all this ride does. The weird banking at points throws in some laterals. The far helix offers very good positive Gs. It is a well-paced ride start to finish, especially when paired with the strong visuals and onboard audio. Number 2. Backdrop. This is the special backwards train on Hollywood Dream. This takes a great coaster and makes it even better. Backwards airtime is always memorable, but I cannot think of a backwards coaster offering sustained floater airtime like this. And you also get a free-falling sensation on a handful of drops as you are pulled downwards. This ride is particularly epic in the back 2 rows. I just wish you could wait for a specific row, but seating is strictly assigned. And coming in at number 1 is Flying Dinosaur. This is the most intense flying coaster I have experienced. The first 3 inversions are insane. It starts off as a graceful 0G roll, before diving towards the ground like a barrel roll down drop. Then the pullout offers immense positive Gs much like a pretzel loop. You then pull upwards and have, guess what, an actual pretzel loop. Having these 2 elements back to back is out of control. Then the rest of the layout has some surprise airtime pops, 2 majestic corkscrews, and a series of forceful turns. When paired with the cool placement above the water and midway, this ride is an absolute masterpiece. Those are the 15 best rides and attractions currently operating at Universal Studios Japan. What are your favorites at this theme park? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this countdown, I would appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and you consider subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.